time ago, there lived at the foot of the mountain a poor farmer and his aged widowed mother, and they owned a bit of land which supplied them with food, and their humble were peaceful and happy.
I'm happy to be with you, Mom.
I'm happy too, and I'm very thankful to have a child like you.
Shinano was governed by a despotic leader who, though a warrior, had a great and cowardly shrinking for anything suggestive of feeling health and strength. This caused him to send out a cruel proclamation.
Listen, the entire province was given strict orders to immediately put to death all aged people.
Those were barbarous days, and the custom of abandoning old people to die was not common.
Poor farmer loved his aged mother with tender reverence, and the order filled his heart with sorrow. But no one ever thought a second time about obeying the mandate of the governor. So with many deep, hopeless sighs, the youth prepared for what at that time was considered the kindest mode of death.
We tried to left this place, Mom, so that they didn't put
And he
you to
lifted
death.
his helpless old mother to his back and started on his painful journey up the mountain.
The road was long and steep. The narrow road was crossed and recrossed by many paths made by the hunters and woodcutters.
In some place, they mingled in a confused puzzle, but he gave no heed.
One path or another, it mattered not.
He went climbing blindly upward.
Ever upward towards the high bare summit of what is known as Obatsuyama, the mountain of the abandoning of
He
Egypt.
went climbing blindly upward.
Ever upward towards the high bare summit of what is known as Obatsuyama, the mountain of the abandoning of Egypt.
The eyes of the old mother were not so dim, but they noted the reckless hastening from one path to another, and her loving heart grew anxious.
Mom, I didn't know the mountains, many paths, and I returned might be one
So
of
she
these.
stretched forth her hand and snapping the twigs from branches as they passed. She quietly dropped a handful every few steps of the way so that they climbed. The narrow path behind them was dotted at frequent intervals with tiny piles of twigs, and at last the summit was reached.
I made a soft cushion and tenderly lifting you, old mother.
She wrapped her padded coat more closely about their stooping shoulders, and with tearful eyes and an aching heart said farewell.
Let not thine eyes be blinded, my son. The mountain road is full of dangers. Look carefully and follow the path which holds the piles of twigs. They will guide you to the familiar way farther down.
The son's surprised eyes looked back over the path, then at the poor old, shriveled hands all scratched and soiled by the work of love, and his heart smote him, and bowing to the ground, he cried aloud.
Oh, honorable mother, thy kindness trusts my heart. I will not leave thee. Together we will follow the path of twigs, and together we will die.
Time passed, and he was beginning to feel safe again.
The governor sent forth heralds bearing unreasonable order, seemingly as a boast of his power.
And what's that?
His demand was that his subjects should present him with a rope of ashes. The entire province trembled with dread. The order must be obeyed, yet who in all Shinano could make a rope of ashes?
Wait, I will think. On the second day, she told him what to do.
Make rope twisted stroke, then stretch it upon a row of flat stones and burn it there on the windless night.
Called the people together and did as she said, and when the blaze had died, behold upon the stones with every twist and fiber showing perfectly, lay a rope of white-head ashes. The governor was pleased at the wit of the youth and praised greatly, but he demanded to know where he had obtained his wisdom.
Alas, alas, the truth must be known.
Cried the farmer, and with deep bows he related his story. The governor listened and then meditated in silence. Finally, he lifted his head.
Shinano needs more than strength of youth. Ah, that I should have forgotten the well-known saying with the crown of snow there common a wisdom.
That very hour, the cruel law was abolished, and the custom drifted into as far as past that only legends remain.